Carlan. The title of her novel is In Her Mother's Image, and we're going to get a very special treat today because they are actually going to perform an excerpt. She's performing with her theater group called Artis Mundi, the author of In Her Mother's Image. Please put your hands together for Miss Cecilia Carlan.
Thank you, Jackie. Hi, my name is Cecilia Carlan. Good afternoon, everybody. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. And welcome to the first ever Filipino-American Literary Festival. I want to thank the organizers of this first ever literary festival in the United States. So, salamat po sa inyong pagdating. I just want to say how important this festival is, because the Filipinos are known for oral stories, and finally we are getting them written down so that future generations will remember the very important stories that Filipinos have to tell. So let's give a big hand for the Pinoy authors. As I said, my name is Cecilia Carlan, and I wrote a book called In Her Mother's Image. In Her Mother's Image, it's a fiction story. It's the story of a mother and daughter, Consuelo and Chiquita. And Consuelo and Chiquita, their relationship, it's a love-hate relationship. And the time spans between the outbreak of World War II in the Philippines. I heard growing up in the Philippines from my father and mother, Luis and Felicitas Carlan, and my aunt, Pureza, while I was growing up. Although the story is fiction, the situations, a lot of the situations in the story are based on true life. So I just want to thank you for coming. So the format of the presentation will be, I will be reading a chapter from the book. The book actually, first chapter starts out in 1971, then it goes back to 1941, and then it goes to the present day, which is in the book 1971. And the scenes we are about to see, the cast is called Artis Mundi, and I will present the cast members after the presentation. So the first scene is set in a bomb shelter, and this was around Christmas of 1941, just 2 weeks after the breakout of the war. The Japanese imperial forces invaded the Philippines just about 9 to 12 hours after Pearl Harbor. And not too many people in this country know about the Bataan Death March. More people died in the Bataan Death March, between 5 and 10,000 Filipinos and about 700 Americans, when they marched for 60 miles under intense heat, no provisions for food, shelter, or medicine. And a lot of them were sick and emaciated. They had to march 60 miles, and a lot of them died along the way, between 5 and 10,000 Filipinos, 700 Americans, more than Pearl Harbor. And the anniversary, the 70th anniversary, is coming up next year on April 9, 1942. So without much ado, we'll present The Bomb Shelter, set in December 1941.